Hey guys, so before I start this video I just wanted to quickly say I will not be mentioning any names and I don't even think I will mention any genders, but in case I do, fuck it. But anyway, this is a little chit chat story time video about an ex who basically had an affair, cheated on me. This is so awkward, I've never really done a story time video. And if you're watching, don't worry, no one knows it's you. Relax. So this happened a while back, a few years ago actually, and my memory isn't amazing, so if this story time seems a bit cutty, jumpy, I do apologise. I will try and stay on track. I may jump from like one topic to another, but it will all come together in the end, okay? It'll make sense, I promise. So, where do I start? So basically, I had an ex who we were together for a few years and they had an affair. But this gets juicy, this gets good, so please stay tuned. They had already cheated on me before, but this last time, it was more serious because it was basically an affair. It was going on for a few weeks or months, I'm not too sure. I don't know the actual timeline. But to start you off, this person cheated just like by a kiss or something. It was so stupid. And I forgave them, but then I went and cheated as well. Like I kissed someone else just to get back at them. We all do stupid shit like that. It's like, oh, well, you did this to me, so I'm gonna do it to you to prove a point. Doesn't ever work, so please don't even try that, guys. There's no point. If someone cheats on you, I wouldn't even forgive them, to be honest. There's a good chance they'll probably do it again. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say on that matter. I don't like cheaters, and this is the reason why I don't really like cheaters. So years ago, it was around Christmas time, and for Christmas, they bought me a lot of gifts. Now, I didn't think anything of it at the time, but then when I look back, I was like, that's why I got like the full set of Friends. Now, this was back then, so Friends was pricey. It wasn't like how affordable it is now at Christmas time. And then they got me, like a DVD player. I don't know why I didn't have a DVD player at the time because I had like 500 DVDs. I'm not sure. Maybe I needed a new one, or was it a Blu-ray DVD maybe? Not sure, but they just bought me loads of gifts like clothes, everything basically, which was so nice. But when it came up that they were having an affair and how it came up, you're gonna shit when you realise how vindictive I am. Yeah, it's not gonna put me in the best light, but when someone you love has betrayed you in such a way, you will do anything to hurt them back. So I didn't want to cheat, so I done something else. We'll get into that, I'm just skipping ahead, let's go back. So we were chilling. This person used to stay with me every Friday and it would just be like a routine. We'd watch DVDs, etc. Fool around, have sex, make babies, not make babies, but you know what I mean. And it was one night, I remember specifically because it was quite late. It was about 1 a.m. and this person's dad texted them and said something to the effect of, "Hey, what you up to?" Which I thought was strange for someone's dad to text that at that time. And I'm like, okay. I seen the text, their phone was on the bed, and I was like, oh, your dad just texted you. But it said dad's work, so I'm thinking something must be wrong. I mean, if their dad's texting at like 1 a.m. or more, then something definitely must be wrong. But the way they were playing it off, it was almost like, oh no, it's totally cool, it's totally fine, it's fine. And basically tried to put the phone away, and I'm thinking, shouldn't you text your dad back and see if everything's okay? No, it's totally fine, totally fine. So I'm thinking, okay, but bells are starting to ring. Something's going on in my head. I'm like, okay, just let it go. But little did I know that they actually had the person they were having an affair with as saved in their phone as dad's work. I don't know why I didn't notice, but something was off because that night I kept feeling as though that something wasn't right there, something wasn't right. So always listen to your gut instinct, guys. You always listen to that feeling, that primal gut instinct when you know something's wrong. There's most definitely something wrong, so go with your feeling. You will always be right most of the time. Let's not say always, but you will most of the time be right. So I let that go, never thought much of it. a few weeks go by after all the Christmas gifts and all that, and we were having some arguments quite a lot. It was just, you could feel like a strain in the relationship, and I had a feeling there was something wrong. I didn't know. But then the person, it was almost like they would feel guilty after they would go out with their friends. They would come back and it was almost like they were trying to make up for something they done wrong. I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought, they're drunk, they're just being extra nice. I don't know. Me being stupid is like way over my head. I'm thinking everyone's got the same heart as me, which is not true. Not everyone has got the same heart as you guys. So just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean another person won't. Okay, you have to remember that. That's something that stuck with me to this day. Not everyone is as kind as you. Now, I'm not saying I was kind, because damn, I was no saint. I was the devil as well. I was so vindictive sometimes, and I own up to that. I mean, my mother used to call me a vindictive bastard when I was a kid, so that just shows you how vindictive I can be. Not proud of it, but must just be something in my personality. Whatever. Oh my god, I nearly forgot. They went on holiday for a week, and I won't say where because it's a little bit obvious, but just let's say Spain, okay? Now, I had this gut instinct again that something was wrong. They were there with their family, but how do I explain this? But then I found out because they go there every year, this other family goes there every year as well, and there was someone there who my partner, my ex, used to fool around with. Like every year they would fool around and stuff, just assuming it was every year anyway. I did find out that they fancied each other for years basically, and they would meet up every year in Spain and just hang out, etc, whatever. But at this time they were going out with me, so they were in a relationship and cheating over in Spain at the same time. So I had this gut fucking instinct. I was like, something's wrong. The way, you know when your partner texts you and you can just tell there's something going on just via text, you're thinking, something's not right, something's not right. So I've got all the bells ringing again. I've got the gut instinct, the feeling in my stomach, like the pit of my stomach has just dropped. I don't know what the hell happened, but they kept ignoring my phone calls and texts and stuff. So I was thinking, what the is going on? Something's definitely going on. You're ignoring my texts, you're ignoring my phone calls while you're on holiday with someone you just so happen to like. Guys, what the hell is wrong with me when I think about it? How stupid. But the thing is, I don't regret anything because it's built me up to who I am today. But I don't know if that's a good thing because, I mean, I've been single for like 2 years now. Haven't been with anyone for 2 years, sexually, etc. I mean, I've gave people like a few hand jobs and stuff. But let's just move along, okay? We're going to keep this a little bit PG. We're not going to get too R-rated. So the only way I could think of getting a hold of this person was going to my friends. We had mutual friends. Basically, we had mutual best friends. So I went to one of my friends and said, can I borrow your phone to phone beep? And they said, yeah, of course. So they phoned, well, they phoned first and my ex picked up. So it was all fine. So I grabbed the phone. I was like, give me the fucking phone right now. Give me the phone. Soon as it went on, they hung up the phone. I'm like, excuse me, motherfucker. Did you just hang up on me? Did you just... So then I knew something was definitely boiling. I knew right there and then they were cheating on me. I just knew it. My ex said it wasn't full-on sex, but it was just, you know, like playing, fooling around, some hand things, that sort of stuff. Sorry I keep using my hands in this video, guys. I'm very gestural tonight. It's because if I sit like this, it's just very boring, isn't it? So I need to keep filling up the space. Oh my god, I totally forgot about another time they cheated on me. Okay, they cheated on me a hell of a lot of times and I sat back and let it happen. Well, actually, I never sat back and let it happen because we did split up for like a week or 2 weeks and it was so dramatic. I still got loads of love letters from when they tried to apologise. I got this envelope delivered one day and it was hand delivered, so I was thinking, who the hell was writing me a letter hand delivered? Didn't even think it was my ex, and it was like pages long of my undying love and all this. It was beautiful, it was so nice, but at the time I just didn't want to hear it. And I've still got all those letters till today, but I will never show anyone that because that's just a bit too far. I'm not that evil. That's for my eyes only. Anyway, so skip to after Spain, or was it before it? I don't know. I'm confused which time this was because when I think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 times, I think. Well, 5 people I get cheated on with. I don't know how many times it was, and I don't really want to know how many times it was. But when someone is basically having an affair with the 5th person, I'm guessing it's a lot of times. So my ex was in a shower one day. We were getting ready to go somewhere, I'm not sure. But they were in the shower, and do you remember Rihanna's song Take a Bow? That was playing on the TV, and it was just out at the time. So everyone was getting used to it, and it was popping. We're like, you look so dumb right now. And it was almost, seeing I look back, it was almost as though someone was trying to tell me something, was like sending me messages like, get out of this relationship. It's not good. The person's cheating on you. So they were in the shower and their phone went text. And because that song was playing and the phone was right there, I never do this, but at the time something was telling me to look at the phone, look at the phone, look at the phone. And when I looked at it, it was like, Dad's work. I'm like, okay, but I could see there was like love hearts and kisses and stuff, and I'm like, this is so strange. Just the context of the text, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something enough for me to think, this is just not right. This is not their dad, this is someone else. I could just tell with the way it was text and stuff. You know when an older person's texting, and when a younger person is texting, and at the time, this was a few years ago, so, you know, everything was popping, like emojis were just out and stuff, so, yeah. I don't know what that's got to do with it, but I could just tell it was a younger person, okay? It wasn't an adult, it wasn't their dad. So, again, the gut feeling, and I was so pissed off, and they get out the shower and acted as though, you know, what's wrong? And I played it cool. This is when it gets good, this is when it gets interesting, guys, so you better listen, come in, listen to this shit. This is when it gets vindictive, this is when it gets good. So I let that go. But I knew something was up, and I had a gut feeling who it was, and I was right. But back then it was MSN. You guys remember MSN? This person added me on MSN, or I had them already on MSN, not too sure. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to cut forward because I don't know what happened in the middle. I think I was just so angry and so fucked up that I waited. And do you know why I waited till I brought it up? Because I done some investigating, like some snooping around. After that it was go time. I done a lot of snooping around and I found out what I wanted to find out. I was on MSN talking to the person they were having an affair with, and they basically owned up and showed me all the chats from my ex and them, and it was all stuff like, I want to do what we done, you know, last night. I want to do this, I want to do that. Last night was so great. Oh my god, you're amazing. All this kind of stuff. So it was clear they were doing stuff sexually, let's just say that. And by reading the messages from MSN, you could tell it was more than just a quick cheat. This was a full on for weeks, months. Like the dates were crazy. It was going back like, I don't know how long, but it was a long ass time. And everything was going back in my head, and I'm thinking, wait, Christmas, all those gifts, the text from our dad's work and all that, and all those gut feelings. I knew I should have went with my gut. I knew it. I knew they were cheating on me. Why the fuck did I not just listen to my gut and stop it right there and then? But me being me and being a little biatch, I knew Valentine's Day was just around the corner. Now, most people would be asking, how could you sit back and wait? I don't know, but if I know this is going to be a perfect scene, this is going to hurt them as much as they hurt me, I'm going to do it. So I planned this all out. It was amazing. I waited till midnight on, like, you know, the day before Valentine's Day. So when it was midnight, I went to my ex's house. Here's where it gets good. I didn't come alone. I printed off every single message that my ex and the person they were having an affair with had. So I knew this person wasn't lying. There was too much there for it to be lies. Back then, people didn't know about like Photoshop and stuff. I didn't think that was a thing that most people could do. It was more like an industry thing, you know. It was like big photographers and stuff could do it, but people around my area, they weren't playing around with Photoshop and stuff at this time, because the internet was just pumping and fresh. These days, if I got those type of messages, I would be questioning it, because I know how easy it is to, you know, play around with texts and stuff these days to make things look real, like emails, shall we say. So I knew at this time it was real, but today I would be a little bit, I would question it today, I think. But back then there was no questioning it. I knew this was my ex and the person they were having an affair with. Full conversation, and I'm reading it, I'm getting more angry and angry. So it was nearly midnight on Valentine's Day, and I was texting them saying, I really want to see you. since it's Valentine's and I've got a gift for you. I love you so much. All that bullshit, like selling it as though, babe, Baba, you are the love of my life. Which they were at the time. That was like my first and only love, I think. And since then I've never loved anyone else. So maybe it didn't teach me a lesson, this whole thing. Maybe it actually fucked me up. I'm not sure. Anyway, I need to stop skipping topics. I need to just keep finishing this story. So I went to their house with an envelope printed of all the chats, and when I look back, it was so vindictive and so sad actually, because they thought they were just getting like a Valentine's Day gift and they thought everything was normal and they were happy to see me and stuff, and it was like hugging, and I went but I had the envelope behind my back. So this is a scene when they opened the door to their kitchen. They were basically like in the kitchen side door, and I had the envelope behind me and I smiled. Hi. You know, I actually this is so bad. Do you know when I get in, we were in the kitchen and I was looking up at the clock and I was waiting for the clock to hit Valentine's Day, like midnight on the dot. So I was waiting and waiting. I'm like, happy Valentine's Day, blah, blah, blah. Now, they were looking at the envelope because it was behind my back, but I sat it on the kitchen counter. I sat it on the kitchen counter and they were looking at it as if, what the hell was that? What kind of gift is that? They probably thought it was something like spectacular, like a cruise or something. I mean, what else is in an envelope? It's usually like plane tickets. But not this time, bitch, not this time, no. So waited till Valentine's Day. I'm looking up the clock like, I said, happy Valentine's Day. And when they were coming in for a hug, I grabbed the envelope and went, happy Valentine's Day, here's your gift. And I think they were looking at me as though, am I not getting a hug? No, like, what's going on? And I could see it in their face, like dropping as though they knew something was wrong, because I stopped being all that fake nice and stuff and I just became in a mood. I was my moody, bitchy, vindictive self. So my face went from so clearly they knew something was up. They opened the envelope and they were like acting dumb, obviously. Most people would in this situation. I probably would as well. And they were like, what's this? And they must have seen the name on it, and you could tell right away that these weren't fake. These were real fucking chats. And then I got the whole like no words were coming out. And then I got the typical sorry, I'm so sorry, all that bullshit, I love you, please don't, I love you, please don't leave me, all that kind of stuff. Which was so hard because I didn't want to leave them because I was still in love. So you know that feeling when, even though someone's hurt you so much, I think you lose yourself when you're in love, especially like a first love. You definitely lose yourself in that relationship and they become your addiction, they become your obsession, it's just all you know. So anyway, that wasn't the Valentine's Day they were expecting. I handed it over, said we were over, basically strutted out. I was in tears, I was distraught, so were they. And I went home, grabbed all their shit. I don't know what made me do this, because I look back and I'm like, oh damn it, I wish I kept all that stuff, like love letters and you know the notes you write to each other in the morning and stuff, all that cute shit. Well, I grabbed it all, bitch. I grabbed every fucking thing, threw it in a box. Well, actually, I grabbed their clothes and stuff. I wasn't that evil. I grabbed their stuff that they would need and put that in a box, went to their house and dropped their box out at their front door, text and said, your shit's at your door, bye. I mean, I don't have to explain too much. They were just texting apology after apology. You know how it is. If you've ever been cheated on, you know what goes down. It's like the same scene in every single relationship. It's just sorries, there's tears, there's stuff flying, and it's like, please don't leave me, but, well, if you didn't want me to leave you, why the fuck were you having an affair? Why were you lying in someone else's bed? Being that intimate, having conversations, like, so close. Can I just say the worst part about this was, the person they were having an affair with was basically their next door neighbour. So could you imagine how stupid I felt knowing I was walking by there every day nearly, and they were probably out looking at the window and stuff, or outside, and I'm just walking by them like, they didn't like me for some reason. Now it makes sense why they didn't like me, because we're fucking my, you know, well actually they weren't fucking my partner at the time, because I know for a fact they couldn't get it up. Yeah, so let's just say their next door neighbour couldn't get it up while they were trying to basically have an affair. They were just doing hand stuff and that, and they were rubbing up against each other trying to get it hard, and it just wasn't going hard, okay? But God loves a trier. It just didn't work. So they were basically meeting up. Every time I thought they were out with their friends, they were actually next door doing stuff, you know what I mean? I was so stupid. That's so sick. Who does that? And I'm getting more angry when I think about it now. I thought I was over it, but it's probably because I haven't spoke in depth about this story in years. You never really get over your first love, do you? Or your first heartbreak. That shit hurts like a motherfucker. That shit burns. To finish that story, I went home and grabbed all the love notes and stuff, all the stupid shit that happens during relationships, the letters, all this kind of shit. And I just grabbed the box, went out the back, burnt it, then threw it in the bin. That was it, done. Actually, I threw it over the railroad tracks because the railroad tracks was actually close to my house, and I thought, because I thought that shit ain't taking up any more room in my life. Not even my trash. That shit can get to fuck. So that night, that Valentine's night, was clearly not good for me or my ex. And see, the sad thing is, see, when I think about it, I actually don't think that was the last time. I don't think that was when we split up. I think we were still together for like a year or two after that. But I wasn't no angel either. I didn't do anything that was more than a kiss, I don't think. And maybe I fingered someone. I'm not sure. Maybe I fingered a girl. I don't know. But I never, done oral or anything like that. So I was still in the wrong. It was just to get back at them. I was acting out as though you hurt me, so I'm going to do it back to you, which never works. So guys, if you're watching this and your partner has cheated on you, please just leave them. Don't try and put yourself through this fucking forgiveness and all that, because for months, trying to build up that trust again is hellish. You look at their phone every 2 minutes when they're texting, you're like, who's that you're texting? Who's texting you? And there's just no trust there. It just ruins the whole relationship. You want that old yous back, that old bond you've had, you want it back, but there's just no way to get it back, and it's so hard. That's the worst part about it. You want to go back to the innocent stage where you were so attached, you had a routine and all that shit, but at the end of the day, you're just wasting more time sticking with them and trying to make it work. Now, I understand if you're in a marriage and stuff, of course, try and make it work if you want, but we were still young. I had my life to live, they had their life to live. I wasn't wasting any more time trying to build up anything. I couldn't. It was back and forth, back and forth. Two of us was basically destroying each other. We loved each other that much that we basically just destroyed each other after a while. It was just so not worth it. But it did teach me such a lesson till this day that I don't like cheaters. I would never cheat. And since then, I have never cheated. I don't condone cheating. I despise cheating because I don't agree with it, because I know how it feels. It's not fair at all. I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, lesbian. Doesn't matter your gender, your age. I don't give a fuck. Just don't cheat. The pain is still the same no matter what gender or age you are. It took me years to go over my ex. Like years and years and years. And to this day, I think I've only had one relationship or two relationships. Well, I wouldn't really call it relationships because they only lasted like a few months, so it wasn't really relationships I was in after that. So technically, I haven't been in any long-term relationship after that. I haven't loved anyone else after that. So something must have happened psychologically during that period, which has really fucked me up in my trust with people. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. I'm not a therapist. I haven't went and seen a therapist in a long time. Anyway, I hope this video made some sort of sense. The point of this video was, at such a young age, you think the world is gonna end when you get heartbroken. There'll be nothing that makes a mark on your life more than your first love. It's not gonna end. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Don't waste it on people who don't appreciate you and the bond you guys have. Don't waste your time. The point in love is to find someone who could never imagine it looking at someone else. I mean, looking's fine, obviously, we all do it. It's good to look, it's good to have a swatch. But to get to the stage where you're actually thinking about doing stuff with someone else, that's not good. If you're feeling that in your relationship, something is up. You need to get out of that relationship because it ain't working. Something's going on. Talk to your partner. Communication is key. At the end of the day, something was clearly wrong in our relationship for them to want to go with someone else, so I take responsibility on my part. Anyway, but this video is long enough. My point to this video was, don't cheat. If you're being cheated on, don't waste your time, especially if you're young. Do not waste any more of your time. They've already just wasted your time. And trying to make it work with them, you could be walking by the one that you're supposed to be with. You could be walking by the love of your life, but you're too busy trying to make it work with Joe over here, who couldn't give a fucking shit and is cheating on you every weekend. Love yourself enough, respect yourself enough to know that you are worth much more. Once is a mistake, twice is a hobby, let's just say that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little chit chat story time. I just wanted to get my, you know, a bit of my past out there, because I realised I've not really spoke about my past, and I've got so much stories from it that I would like to share with you guys, and maybe more story time videos, because I've got a lot more of those type of stories. I've got a lot more times that I'm so vindictive. But that was quite good, wasn't it? For such a young age, I thought, let's wait till Valentine's Day, let's hurt them as much as they hurt me. I don't know if it's good or just really evil or sad. I don't know, don't care. It worked for me at the time, and it's a great story to tell. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want any more story time videos, just let me know down below in the comments. All my links are down below if you want to have a chat about if you're in a relationship that's shitty, someone's cheating on you. Just hit me up, I'm always available to chat. I love giving people advice. I love having, you know, one-to-ones. All my links are down below, my email if you want. I don't care. Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it so much. Love ya. Mwah.